2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Y'all won for that media outlet thing.
Man, I don't even know.
Like y'all won. He didn't even know he won.
What'd you say? Who was it?
You won the Boss Magazine 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Congratulations.
That's legendary.
Scout.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Peanut, aka the CEO of Dash Resource. I got my man Stackers. Got my man Bean up here, man. What's good, man?
What up?
How you, man?
Up? Man, I'm good. We gotta fix your camera, man.
Okay. Well, while we're doing that, you know what I'm saying? Look, we do everything live, so it's no smoke and mirrors when it comes to the way we perform. I promise you. If you watch this, you can say these guys are amazing the way we put it together. Like I promise you, it's one thing that you have to see. I mean, I can always move, you know what I mean?
Nah, it's
all. So anyway, so let's give a shout out to our sponsors first and foremost, man. We want to say if you are ever hungry for breakfast, you go to Sheik's. They have the best breakfast in the city. And when you get hungry at lunch, make sure you slide down to Agnes All Natural Grill. If you ever injured in an accident, please make sure you contact Attorney Michael Wright, man. Make the right choice. If you want to get lit, you want to get off of that, whatever you feel me, you go hit the Kiara wine. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Antoine Cunningham on Facebook. It's lit. So anyway, so yeah. Man, it's all your fault, bro. So anyway, so also make sure you guys go holler at the shoparea.com. They're like the baby Amazon. Everything free from the store to your door in 4 business days, man. We also have Carrie Ivy later on tonight, man, with some legendary guests. You know, we only do legends, man. Legends only, man. And here on the Legend People Podcast, we're going to celebrate our legends by finding out their origins. We have a guy here who is so legendary in his own right. I got my man Kevin Carter, man.
What's good,
bro?
What's up with it?
So without further ado, bro, where did you grow up, man?
Dayton, Ohio, man. Dayton View.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, DVH.
Yeah, man.
DVH. Okay.
Right on Broadway.
Broadway.
You know yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what was early life like for you, like, as early as you can remember? Like, what was it like growing up in DVH?
I mean, it's weird. Like, you know, as a kid, you know, some growing up, it was fun. You know what I'm saying? You got to, I mean, everything happened. Fights, bikes got stolen. You know what I'm saying? Normal stuff like that. It was cool. I did a little bit of moving around as well. So at one point, I stayed in the Oaks. I stayed by Roosevelt.
For sure.
Yeah. And I think I was in Dayton View a lot though. Mm-hmm. But yeah, for the most part, it's Dayton View. But yeah, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, as a kid, you know, so you realize it was good because you don't know what's going on, like really, really going on. So right. it was all good. And as an adult, it was like, oh man, it was wild. it was wild. You know what I'm saying up there. But
so who was some of your early childhood, like early instrumental friends, like in your like growing up?
My dude Ronald Applin. We used to kick it all the time and just hoop. We used to hoop a lot. My dude Sean Cartwright. We used to hang out a lot growing up. And then just like I just had a lot of friends like growing up like just around the area. Jason Carr, we went to Meadow together. We used to hoop a lot of stuff. So it's like a lot of different people. A guy named his name Took. We used to hoop. Yeah, we used to hoop. Took. We used to hoop back in the day, man. And like I said, Dayton View. We used to always just hooping and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of people. But like I said, we moved around a lot growing up. So it was just a little bit of everybody. So
speaking of moving around a lot, like what was your like family life like? You have siblings?
Yeah, two younger brothers. Mm-hmm. One lives in Dayton here, and then the other one lives in LA.
Okay, so shout out to that for sure. Mm-hmm. I love seeing people move out. And then get rerooted. Mm-hmm. What about mom and dad? You have mom and dad in the crib?
Yeah, mom and dad. Mom's in Florida right now. Dad's in Oklahoma.
Whoa, y'all spread out.
Yeah, they all over the place, man. They all over the place, man. And I'm still here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still here. But now, so they spread out all over the place though. But yeah, just growing up, you know what I'm saying? I think parents got divorced around I was in 4th, 5th grade, stuff like that. So had to deal with that whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Being a 5th grader, your parents going to divorce, and it wasn't one of them like, oh, they're divorced, but they still cool. Nah, it wasn't.
It was a dusty
yeah.
So, but let's get to that a little bit. Like, what was life like before the divorce?
I mean, it was cool. I mean, you know, get good grades, get shoes. I was always big in video games, so as long as I had good grades, my dad made sure we was, you know, taken care of on that end. Yeah, but just that family lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, as a kid, you don't realize what's going on around you.
Right.
And then, like, as I'm an adult now, I realize what my parents was going through when I was their age. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was their age. Even,
Right.
but they had kids. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, you start to realize, look at it differently now. But growing up, it was fine. You know what I'm saying? No big deal. But like I said, it was like, once the divorce happened, then that's when things started changing.
What was the
though,
first immediate changes you saw after the divorce that it was real noticeable? Maybe like money was skimpy or
money always been skimpy.
Okay.
That didn't change at all. I'm like that debut. Money always skimpy. But now, I think it was the first time that I realized they didn't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Love was still there. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't like each other. And that was the first change I noticed. Was like, man, they act like they don't like each other. This is mom and dad. This is what's going on all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? That was the first big change. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, what elementary school did you go to?
I went to Edison for a little bit because I was a debut, so I was just walking distance, and then I went to Oval Right.
Okay.
Yeah, all the way out there.
Was there a big shift from walking to school compared to going to a different school? It's busting at that point in time, right?
Yeah.
So, like, was there a difference in the schooling, like, from your, like, instrumental part? Like, when you feel like maybe things were different?
I mean, yeah, it was big different because it was a majority of white people, you know, white kids or whatever at Oval Right, because it's at Smithfield. That was on the east side or whatever. And then Edison, I could just walk, you know what I'm saying? So it was a big difference on that end. And I remember I was in the first grade, and I missed the school bus. And my dad was like, well, you going to school? So he put me on number 2. Listen, I was in the first grade, number 2 by myself. I was like, had to grow up fast, man. Yeah, but it was cool. Just the biggest difference was just, you know what I'm saying, kids being around different backgrounds of kids and stuff like that. So
what kind of student was you at school? Like when you was?
I got good grades. You know what I'm saying. Kept to myself. You know what I'm saying. I was always in sports or whatever, but you know, got good grades and everything like that. Nothing. I wasn't like rambunctious and nothing like that. If anything, I talked maybe a lot. That's about it though. But everything was cool and pretty basic. You know what I'm saying, for school and stuff. So.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
So like, were there anything like in elementary school that you can think or like tap into that kind of build the building blocks for who you are today?
I would say the first building block I can think of was the first time I heard "Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood"
There we go.
by DMX.
DMX.
The song "Slipping."
Slipping.
Yeah, I felt like he was talking to me.
Mm.
You know, just what he was going through and everything like that, and just the way he was able to tell that story.
In elementary school, you related.
Yeah, I mean, it was just.
That's hard.
So my parents didn't even know I had it. And like my dad listened to like funk, you know what I'm saying, the 70s stuff, and my mom was more like R&B, you know, some like 90s R&B and whatever, H-Town and shit like that. But me, it was like I liked rap, you know, like hip hop, whatever. So I bought one of them the cassette tape, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood cassette tape.
Where you copy that?
I don't even remember.
Oh,
I don't remember
okay,
the concept.
okay.
I'm pretty sure it went at a store. I think so. One of my friends gave it to me.
Shout out to the bootleggers, you know what I mean?
One of my friends gave it to me. I played that thing till it broke. You know, so that's played it all the time, and that's like understanding like how you can make music like that. You know what I'm saying, about that type of stuff or whatever, and still resonate. That was the turning point. I'm like, okay, this is dope right here.
Were there any other musical influences from that time in your childhood?
Yeah, Special Ed. Special
Okay.
Ed was an influence.
Special Ed.
Yeah,
I like
Special
that.
Ed was an influence. Will Smith, like back in the summertime situation. Yeah. Then I didn't realize Rakim wrote that, but I was like, I was like, yeah.
I didn't know that.
If you ever go back and listen to it, it's
Nah, he didn't write it. Will stole his flow.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened. I heard Rakim say that.
Okay,
like,
so he just
Will
stole the flow.
Yeah,
Okay.
he stole his flow.
Okay, because I'm like, when
He
you
did an interview, was it Breakfast Club? I think
it was somewhere. He was like,
okay,
yeah,
that makes sense. Because when you hear it, I'm like,
Yeah,
man,
that sound like Rocky.
Yeah, it
this, I mean,
sound
'cause I'm
that.
like, Will Smith don't rap like that.
And
You
that's
know
the
what
same
I'm
thing
saying?
Rakim
Like,
said when he first heard it. He was like, that's me.
That's the interview I saw as well.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So Will Smith, I'm trying to see who else. Yeah, that's my big ones. DMX heavy. I didn't really get into like Jay-Z, like really Jay-Z until I was in high school and I listened to Reasonable Doubt.
Right.
But yeah, so DMX is my big one. DMX Special Ed. And honestly, it really wasn't a lot of. I wasn't listening to like a lot of like different like hip hop or whatever. I mean, of course, EPMD, KRS-One. Like I was always just attracted to like that real music. Like if you're speaking real or whatever, I was always attracted to that. So.
Right, word. So, like, during this time, do you start picking up rapping at this time or not yet?
I didn't pick up rap until I mean, I think at that point, you know, since every kid on the face of the earth had tried rapping
Yeah,
at
of
some
course.
point, right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I didn't take it seriously until high school. So that was the only time. That's when I first started taking it seriously. But before that, I was just writing here and there, and didn't even realize what I was doing. It was
Right.
just I was about football, man. That was my life at the
Word.
time. So that's what I was about. So
Okay. So middle school, where you go for middle school?
Wilbur right.
Whoopper right. Whoopper right.
Like my dad kept me out there on the east side. Like you stay over there. You stay over there,
So,
man.
so was it kind of like you know, like a glove and hand fit going from Orwell to Wolverine?
Yeah, same people that you went to school with for first through 6th. Y'all in 7th and 8th, so pretty much the same people. So
So like middle school, kind of like that. You know, what I mean, like that middle road between you becoming like a child and becoming a man. But up to this point, what's one of your fondest childhood memories? To like middle school.
middle school, the one that pops in my head was playing basketball, and it was halftime, and I hit like a 3/4 court shot,
Yeah.
buzzer beat, like, and we was playing. I think we was playing McFarland. We was playing McFarland. And we whooped theirs, but it was like 72-10.
Put it on.
It was like 72-10, man. And I'm like, I've never been a part of a team where we doing this. Like, there was no AAU, you know what I'm saying, back then. Where I was growing up at, it wasn't. My parents didn't have money to put me in like summer basketball. School sports was the only time I got to play sports.
Right.
Football, basketball, it was only school. It was no. I ain't going to Princeton playing none of that. It was. I'm in school. That's when I was able to play sports and stuff. So.
Right. So, like, other than like the divorce, you know what I'm saying, which is a dark time in your life, was there anything else that stuck out to you that was like, someone like the opposite of a fondest memory, like you had from your childhood? That story right there. I've done 90 interviews. That story you looking at right there, that one. Right
Yeah,
there.
I'm trying to think of
That one. That one. You keep walking around in your brain. It's that one right there, bro.
I think the first time, honestly, man, it's like the first time I saw a dead body.
And
That was the first time. I saw a dead body.
where did you see it? And
Right
like, what circumstances?
around the corner from my church. I was like walking to church, and
Walking
it was,
to church.
Yeah, I was walking to church, and it was like I'm walking, and it was just like police and everything like that. So I'm crossing the street, and as I'm walking, they ain't covered it up yet. So I'm walking. So it's the church. It's like in front of a corner store. So the corner store's right here, church on the other side. So I'm on the other side of the street walking down to the church, and I'm just, I'm being nosy. So I look over and I see the body,
Oh my
like
God.
just laying there, just seeing the body just laying there. And I
How
was
old are
like,
you at this?
10 or 11, something like that. Yeah.
Did it give you a different perception on life at that point in time?
Yeah, it did. It let me know that, like, you know what I'm saying, like, because you watch TV, you watch movies, but it's always fake. You know what I'm saying? But actually seeing one, and like I said, I hear gunshots and all this stuff all the time, drive-bys, things like that, but I never seen a dead body.
Right.
Once you see it,
Yeah.
for what I don't care how old you, the first time you seeing one,
It's real.
that's when it's real to you. You know what I'm saying? That's when like the rose-colored glasses comes off,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just real at that point, and then you start to realize that this is where I'm at. This is my neighborhood. This is where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Everything like that. So, if anything, it woke me up to be like, I don't want to be in this area all my life where this is a
Right,
thing.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where this could happen or whatever. So whatever I need to do to get out of that, then that's what I need to do. So
Word. So after middle school, you ventured to high school. High school, where you go to high school?
I went to Meadowdale for a few
Meadowdale,
years.
get him
Yeah.
jail, baby.
Yeah.
Dude, you feel me?
Yeah.
I am a Meadowdale graduate. You
Yeah.
feel me as well.
Yeah.
So we get kind of like Polly on that part
Mm-hmm.
because to me, Meadowdale was a good place for young boys to become men
Mm-hmm.
because they gave us enough room to become men. Like there were laxed responsibility from the upper I mean it does sound bad if you think about it, but we got a chance to get away with a lot at Meadowdale.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
What was your experience at Meadowdale?
I mean, just like you said, it was just like, we out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, people ain't going to class.
Yeah.
It was one. I've never remember his teacher's name. It was a white teacher, and he's like, I think it was a science class or something like that. I want to. I can't think of his name. Huh?
Gear.
Maybe
G-E-H-R. Gear.
I think so, because the way he talked, like he had social like he couldn't talk right,
It's
whatever.
geared. It's geared. It's
And
geared.
I mean, when I tell you we did anything we wanted in that class, man, like we rapping, we having free, and he's in the back like, you guys, you gotta do work. I'm just like,
Running
about
over
you,
the
man.
teacher, man.
I ain't with you, man. Like we know when the tests come, we know what to do, whatever. But it was like looking back at it, I'm like, man, I feel sorry for him, man.
Yeah,
he probably came up with a trench coat, like
Look,
for real.
I'm the same way with Miss Brzezinski, which is ironically a science teacher as well. Like we used to get off on her. Like I was talking to somebody yesterday, literally about this fact. Like I am a good kid for real, like instrumentally. But man, if you gave me that much freedom, I was gonna be at, bro. I would. So you know, like it was a Metal Death tradition. Like during a lunch period, niggas was rapping, right? So were you entertaining that, or was
Yeah, I did it a couple times. Just a couple. Wasn't nothing
Walk us
nothing
through the
crazy.
very first time when you getting the confidence to jump in the cipher.
So I jumped in. Clearly, I had something already written.
Got to.
And
What?
I was like,
I got a revolver on
I
me,
said,
bro.
listen, man, I got a
some
full
guarantees.
clip. I'm ready. Full 16, man. One in the chamber. Let's go.
Yeah.
But now, I remember, I remember rapping, and I'm rapping, doing whatever, and they vibing with it, they rocking with it, and for whatever reason, when I said my last line, I just got up and walked away. But like, I don't know why I did that. It was almost like
Like a mic drop. But
yeah, like a mic drop with no mic. It wasn't nervous. It was like, and that's it. Got up, walked away. I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah, man, but I never did it again because I didn't write no more raps. So I can't go back and do the next one.
Spit the
'Cause
same
at
one again.
that moment, because I went to Middledale my freshman and sophomore year.
What year is this, by the way?
Freshman year was 2001.
Okay, bet.
Yeah. So because I graduated 2004. So I ended up going to Wayne for a semester, then moving to Florida for the
So
rest of
Metal Death 2004.
No, I graduated from Middledale. I mean, I left Middledale 2002.
I'm about to say,
And then
I'm
move
like,
in.
I'm like, wait a minute. That's the time I was there. It was me, Dana Great, Flam the Greenie. We was all out there rapping for 3 lunch periods.
I don't even think I remember. I remember Dame and Flam.
Dame learned how to rap from me. I showed Dame how to rap.
Man, I remember. I should not,
don't
man. I remember.
remember you,
No, that's cool. It's cool.
And Dame don't remember this. Like I don't talk to him like that. But I remember back in the day, he used to rap on the bus. We used to take the bus to school or whatever. I remember one time he was on the phone with me and just rapping, and I wasn't rapping then, but it was just like, hey, this dude dope. Like he's dope, whatever.
So look, me and Dame, sophomore year, which is my sophomore year, his freshman year, we was in art class together. I cannot remember it. Matter of fact, it had to be 9/11 because I remember being there when the plane crashed.
Yep, that was my sophomore year. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm there as a sophomore as well. We in class joking, just like cracking jokes, and it turned into us just making one line about each other. So it turned into like a battle in class. So I'm like, nigga, we gonna battle at like lunchtime. So he like the first time it happened, he was scared to do it. Second time, like he kept acting like he was scared to do it, and we ended up doing it, and like I beat him. But it's the fact of like I'm not that type of person, bro. Like nigga, beating up, nigga, like you know me. So I told him like, bruh, you dope, but you putting your punchline first. So he put the punchline first, then you feel like a lackluster bar afterwards. I'm like, the reason I'm getting off on you, number one, I'm older than you. Number two is I know I put a punch together. So I'll set you up with a jab and hit with a haymaker. I told him I do that. They ain't been dope ever since, bro.
I remember listening. I'm like, man, I don't rap, but you fire. I don't know what's, and he could freestyle. Like he could just.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it.
Hey, what was your first rap though? Can you remember your first rap?
I remember my first trash one. I
I don't remember my first rap. I ain't gonna lie to you. I
Yeah,
don't
you remember
my
yours,
It
Pete?
was trash, bro. I would not do myself a disservice by saying that. But look, I'm respected on this platform because everybody know my pen is working, bro. But I would never say my first rap.
What?
Bro.
That's a classic. That's
my
a
pen is
classic.
crazy. I would never say my first rap. It was all freestyle, and I did it over a dub. So like, you know what I'm talking about? Like back in the rapping days, right? Like studios wasn't a studio, bro. You literally would have a speaker on your head.
Yeah.
And they will be using like a jukebox.
Yeah, recorder.
Yeah, like it'll be that ox cord going in there and you rapping on the mic. Bro, I was terrible, bro. Shout out to Troy Reed, man. I love bro, man. Troy, man. But so all right, so this is where you kind of like pick up your, you know what I'm saying? Like you're kind of like your mantra of how you gonna be going forward. Did you see this being something that you want to do forever at that point, or was it just like still like a guilty kind of habit kind of thing?
Guilty habit. Yeah, I remember the first time, like somebody actually taught me how to rap my like senior year in high school, and like I said, I was in Florida, and it was a poet, and his name was Ali, and we worked at Tropical Smoothie together in Tallahassee.
That's hot.
We was in Florida, in Tallahassee, whatever, and he took me to a poetry slam in Miami, on South Beach, and the whole ride down. So from Tallahassee to Miami, it's like an 8-hour drive. So for the whole ride down, we're doing like rap drills, where he'll see like so he'll see a sign and say, "Hey, rhyme with that," or whatever. So I'll do some rhyme with it. He was like, "All right, take this word and break it down in many different ways."
Arlington, the way I brought it in,
so he was like, so he was
still following. I got it, B. Don't play with me, B. I still got it.
He said, "Hey, chill out. I still got it, man. I still got it, man."
Okay.
But not so like he would say like take the word bacon and use the word bacon in any other way outside of bacon, like what it's normally used for. So little stuff like that, man. And like he kind of like just taught me how to as a poet, you just got to speak with your words and visualize. So you ain't just saying BS. You actually saying some meaning. So so I started rapping like that as opposed to poetry. It's like I started rapping like that. So and when I rap, it's like metaphors, and it's also like you can close your eyes and see what I'm saying, things like that. So so it was good for me. Like I didn't learn from fucking 6ix9ine and nothing like that. I learned from a poet. So it was like that was like that.
I want to talk about the IGs. I'll talk about the OGs. Right? So like. Would you say at that point in time, riding with him in that car was when Kevin Carter was birthed?
K Carter, it was when K Carter was birthed. Yeah, K Carter, yeah. Because at first it was like I didn't have no name, but it was like because he always just called me K Carter, because what I'm saying, Kevin Carter's a long word, so he just called me K Carter. So I was like, yeah, I'll stick with that. That's cool, K Carter. And it was like, but that we recorded our first song. That's when I first met T-Pain. But this was before he was T-Pain or whatever. It was like he was just because he was with Nappy Heads and they was from Tallahassee. So we went to the studio where they recorded some dude's house, and I seen him or whatever. But like I say, he wasn't T-Pain then. So I was like, hey, how's it going? I kept going to the studio, but it was my first song or whatever, and it was like I got the bug now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like little stuff like that. I was trash. Don't get me wrong, but it was like just that bug to keep getting better and stuff like that. So yeah.
So like, what can you say to the artists that come behind you, working yourself through that process of the writing process? Because I mean, like we know as artists, so like you can go inside there and then like to me, the booth is synonymous to like a therapy session. You can go in there to say things that it's for you more than the viewer or the listener, right? What do you say to the artist that is going through that process of trying to break through, but not really seeing the traction based off their records, and of course, like your talent is going to catch up to your drive sometimes, right?
I would say, like, for one, you gotta know where you're lacking at. So you got to be able to be humble enough and be patient enough to understand. Okay, this is where I'm lacking. Don't think you the hottest thing out when in actuality you're not. Right. You know what I'm saying? So understand where you can get better at. Once you understand that, then you can work towards that. You know what I'm saying? And everything else will follow. So if you know your marketing is not that good, focus on your marketing a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Everything like that. Like, don't think nothing is handed to you. There's a million rappers out there, and probably 90% of them technically is probably better than you. Yeah. It's okay, but do they have the opportunities you have? So if you got a way to get those opportunities, you know what I'm saying? That's the way of the game. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people that can rap better than a lot of these rappers out here.
Shortcut.
You see what I'm saying? And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of stuff is like, when it comes to like success, it's like, what is it? What they say? Like 80% hard work, 20% luck or something like that. And it's like, you got to realize that. But it's just one of them things, man. It's like,
and hard work beats talent is another phrase.
Yeah. Hard work beats talent, but the hard work is that motion, like understanding where you lacking at and getting better at that and stuff.
Because like I remember like before this blew up into one of the biggest podcasts dating, and I'll say one of the biggest being Humble as well. We literally have shows where we had one viewer watching, right? And being consistent is key. Like I said before, nobody can steal your formula. No, the only way they can steal your formula is if you stop. Like you abandon it. Right? As long as you stay consistent, it's going to catch on, man. Yeah. Your great dreams will work out, man. This is another example of that. We're going to get more into that. So, but before we get to more of, you know what I'm saying, you getting back as your own, up to this point, was there anything, like for instance, so me and Smith and B-Nut now with the BlackCryptoNews.com, we are actually saving up to make a time machine, bro. We literally putting together bread.
Turn up.
You feel me? To make a time machine.
Yeah, turn up.
So we can bring you back, and you could go inside the time machine to go back in time. What is something you would whisper into young Kevin Carter's ear if you could go back in the time machine? And by the way, we're taking donations, by the way.
Outside of buying stock in Apple, outside of that, everything comes to an end. I would say that to myself because it's like that's the reality of things. You know what I'm saying? So always, you know, always being prepared. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happens will eventually come to an end at some point. But also everything that happens, it'll pass. Like what they say, this too will pass. Something like that. It'll pass.
This too shall pass.
You see what I'm saying? So there's going to be hard times in your life growing up. It'll pass. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be difficult moments. It'll pass. So if I would be able to tell myself that back in the day, you know what I'm saying? It'll save a lot of inner like I call it almost not useless emotion, but like inner doubt, whatever, you know what I'm saying, because of what's happening at that moment. And if I had the mindset of this too will pass, you know what I'm saying, who knows how quickly I could rebound to do something greater and everything like that. So yeah.
Right. So what was K Carter's very first job that you ever had?
I was building computers.
Word.
Yeah,
Okay.
I used to build. I got my degree in computer science. So
Okay.
I used
you
to
fast forward past college somehow.
my bad. But yeah, so my first job was building computers. It was like a co-op thing or whatever. I would just build computers. So I would go to football practice, leave, go build some computers, go home, and just, you know,
Word.
that's my first job.
Did you have a question or you just doing it? Okay. So like, was there a part about that job that you liked a lot, that you loved, or was it something that you kind of felt like it was kind of like geared towards you in a way?
Yeah, I think that like I said, I've always been into video games and just technology in general. So the idea of fixing something and seeing the result of it being fixed was something I gravitated to. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person's having a problem with their computer, I can fix it, and now it works. I did that. You know what I'm saying? So that really helped me. Yeah. That gave me some instant gratification of doing something. So
like during high school, obviously, you know what I'm saying, you have aspirations to go to college. Music is kind of secondary at this point. You get to the point where, you know what I'm saying, you have an internship of a certain respect to work on computers. What happens next in your life after that leads you towards music?
So what happened next was I thought I was going to go play college football, and it didn't work out. So after high school, it was like a year where I'm just living in Florida. Just living in Florida, just trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. Right. I ended up getting kicked out, and like I'm sleeping on my cousin's couch for like a year, just trying to figure out what I want to do. And I called my mom, and she was like, "Just come back to Dayton or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm back, but what now?" You know what I'm saying? So I was like, "Man, I'll apply to Sinclair," you know, something like that. Yeah, and then she was like, "This is what Mama said. This ain't what I think. This is what my Mama said." She's like, "You too good for Sinclair. Go to Wright State." I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I don't know how that levels up." But
I get it.
But yeah, so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I was like, what do I want to do in my life? Like, football was it. So when football's not going on, what else do I want? And I was like, well, I like video games. Like that's literally how my thought process was. Right. What do I like to do? Right. I was like, I like video games. So I went into and signed up for like computer science, and just ended up graduating that way. So
word. So like, what was that like for the like the home team? You know what I'm saying, like at home, because like my home team, you go off and like kind of try to make your own way. You know what I'm saying? You come back home and kind of make a way there, and then you actually do achieve the degree. What was that like for your family to bring back that championship?
Oh, it was cool, man, because I was on my dad's side of the family. I was the first one to ever graduate from college. So it was a good look, man, and I don't know, I was just happy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, man, I got a college degree. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and at that time, I already had an internship set up, and they was just waiting for me to graduate to give me the job. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it's like I realized at that moment, you know what I'm saying, like when I graduated, when I'm standing with everybody that's graduating, I'm like, oh, I'm the only black guy that's graduating, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it's computer science, you know what I'm saying? So I was the only black guy, but it was cool to, you know what I'm saying, walk across the stage knowing that and stuff.
So September 26, 2010, you posted.
2 days after my birthday.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous. September 2010.
Got my song played on the radio for the first time. It feels good.
Okay. Yeah.
So what song was it? Where was you at when you found out? Well, I like doing that. I think out in a minute.
I think it was a song I had called Hello World. And it was a song I did. And it was the song is called Hello World, but it's about computer code, because those who write code, the first code you write is Hello World. So that was the name of the song or whatever. It's called Hello World, and I think it was It wasn't 102.9. Was it? It was something else back in the day, wasn't it?
Nah. Before that was
93?
no Hot 95.
Oh, Hot 95.
Is that 95? No,
Was
not,
it?
no. U92 used to play
U92.
hip hop.
92.
They used to play
There was
hip hop
one
music
after
back
that.
then.
It was one after that.
I thought it was 93.3.
102.9.
Z93 or something.
Nah, that was the.
That might be New Orleans.
Nah,
It might. I don't know, it might have been 102.9. I remember when U92 was playing, but 102.9 they used to have like a local thing where they would play local music or whatever.
I remember that because
And
I got my song played.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
felt like I made it.
Man,
I
listen,
don't care.
$1,000,000.
I didn't care if I made 1 red cent off of it. The fact they played my song, I
Yep.
don't care if it was during the artist spotlight. It
Yeah,
was the
man.
most amazing thing in the world. You call everybody, by the time they try to listen, it was already off.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, listen, help. Hey, turn the radio on. Where's my radio at? Just go get in the car and turn the radio on, man. But yeah. But it was cool, man. It played. It was like it was like I said, another compliment. It felt good, man. It felt good.
Right. So what's up? So like, other than you know, what I'm saying you graduating and then that part of your life, what is one of the next big things that happen for you and your career after getting your song playing on the radio, which is monumental? A lot of people submit those and never have that feeling. I can say I've had my song playing on the radio. That's a stat.
Yeah.
That's a stat. I probably go from Hayton, Ohio, not Dayton, Hayton, Ohio, right? To have your song played, what's the very next big thing that happens for you musically?
The biggest thing happening musically
After that
was probably meeting my dude Dre.
Okay.
Dre Manuel, like far as getting a producer that speaks to me and how I want to do music. Like,
He's from here?
Yeah, he's from Dayton.
Okay.
Yeah, and like it's my music is like music. It's not like a kick and a snare. Like no, there's piano, there's trumpets in there, but it's music. Like I make my music to where it's like if it could play with a live band, this is what it would sound like. You know what I'm saying? So meeting him and so we ended up getting into it with I think her name was Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, Benzino's old.
Yeah.
Old man.
Yeah, Life too. That's his main squeeze
Who?
too on that. Life. Remember Life?
Oh, like Jennings, yeah.
Yeah.
So he hit me. Dre hit me up and was like, "Yo, I got a manager or whatever." He said he wants to play our music. It's a song I had called "Got the Draws." It was called GTD, and he was like, they want to play it on Love and Hip Hop during like the transition scenes when they're in the different cities or whatever. Just a transition scene. So I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then think nothing of it. So like 4 or 5 months later, I get a call from one of my dudes like, "Hey, yo, congrats, man! Your song on TV." And I'm like, "What song?" I forgot all about it. He was like, GTD. So I go and turn to GTD, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, that's my beat, but that's the beat for my song. But that ain't me. That's Carly Red rapping on it with Beanie Man. I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, what's going on here with this situation? So I'm getting calls, everybody, yo, your song GTD, because it's been on, the GTD was on Hip Hop DX, it was on the web, everything, right? So everybody's calling me like, yo, your song on, but they were like, but that ain't you. That's Carly Red rapping over your beat, blah, blah. So I called Dre. He like, man, listen, I'm trying to get it straightened out. What's going on? So my dudes,
They leaked the beat or something?
Nah, I think what happened was that he was sent it to them so they could play it, and they took the songs. Carly Red, whatever, took the song and did a song to it with Beanie Man, and the episode is still on YouTube of where it happened and stuff like that, and you hear Jocelyn and everything talking about like, I mean, the song cool, but I don't like her, you know, shit like that, right? And Beanie, they performing it on TV. So her manager, because she ended up getting into it with some of my friends on Twitter. So they like, yeah, Carly Red, this ain't your song. And she's like, well, I got a contract saying it is mine, blah, 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 going back and forth. Drake called me and said, Kevin, don't say nothing. Don't come out and say nothing. They're going to handle it. Don't say anything. So the manager emails me. Her manager emails me. And he says something like, yo, I heard, you know, saying blah, blah, blah. Is this true or whatever? So I sent him every, Stems. No, not Stems. I sent him timestamps of when it was on the websites.
Okay.
Hip Hop DX. It was another one. Whatever. I think this is 50. Some of that. Yeah. The timestamps of where it was on there, right, which was months before her episode, everything like that. Whatever. Right. All he did was he responded with like he said wow. He just said wow, and she never released a song. The only time that song is on the episode. Yeah, clip on the episode.
So did you get paid from that, from it being on?
They just cease and desist.
So in hindsight,
because it was supposed to be just the beat. The beat's not mine. Dre made the beat. It's my song though. But my lyrics is known. It's Dre's production. It was Dre's beat on there. You know what I'm saying? It was just everybody recognized it because it's from my song.
He submitted the beat,
yeah,
not your song.
yeah, just the beat. Yeah.
And then she rapped over it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like I said, by that time, because Dre told me, because by that time he said that the song with the beat is already on. I don't want contests with it. Everybody already knows the song.
Right.
And he was like, "Yo, they want the beat or whatever." I'm like, all right, yeah, do that. That'd be cool. We did not expect her to be rapping over the song.
Wow, bro. How'd you feel in that moment? Like, I mean, like, was a part of it feeling like maybe I'm barking at the right tree, or it felt like, man, it's some music BS.
About to get raped.
I didn't even look at it as a negative thing. I felt that I looked at it as, and I've always been this way. I looked at it as, for her to do that, and I'm not even saying she did anything dirty. Who knows? They probably didn't even tell her, something like that. I don't know. But I mean, for her to take that song and for her to feel like it was good enough to have Beanie Man on it, and Beanie Man look at it and say, yeah, that's dope, that's a beat dope, for them to put it on the TV, whatever, I must be doing something right.
Right. Yeah.
Because I helped, I didn't make the beat, but I helped Dre make it. Like, we took the sample from Tommy, from Martin, and everything like that. I was like, hey, I wanted to sample this, blah, blah, blah. Dre did it, and it was like, me and Dre sat in the studio and
Y'all
made this beat.
produced it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
why he rocked with you enough to be like, yo, I'm gonna take care of it, not more or less like, well, this ain't none of your business.
yeah. It wasn't like that. It was like, hey, don't worry, I'll take care of it. We're gonna get this figured out, blah, blah, blah.
Man, I want to hear this beat.
Is it on?
Oh, it's old. I'm trying to
on
think.
YouTube anywhere?
Nah, it ain't on YouTube. I can find it somewhere. I think it was on like, was it Dat Piff or something like that?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
pill.
it was a long time ago. Yeah, this was like I said, this was like 2011, something like that. So yeah.
Okay, you know Denise Carter.
Denise Carter.
Denise Carter. Yeah, my bad. Denise Carter. Shout out Denise Carter. She said, "So proud of you. Keep up the good work and keep doing what you."
That's
doing.
my mama.
Oh, that's mama.
Okay.
That's my mama.
She said, "Love it."
I said Denise Carter. It's
Denise
like my
Carter.
mama. I'm like,
Like, bro, let me say my mama name like that. Shout out to Mama Love for sure. So, MBX. MBX. What does MBX stand for the
nerd boy extraordinaire.
And where is the where'd that come from?
My dude Ronald Applin. Me and Ronald Applin. We used to have a clothing line, and it was called Nerd Boy Extraordinaire. And we was in I can't remember the name of the place. Journeys. Yeah, we used to have shirts in Journeys. We used to be in like skate shops, and our shirts would be in there, like little robots. We had photo shoots, everything like that. And it was like jumping or whatever. But after a while, we just kind of separated as far as that idea. And when I started rapping, I'm like, yeah, I got K Carter. And I also, like I said, I always call myself the son of hip hop or whatever. And I'm like, but damn, I do cybersecurity. I'm like the nerd thing. I'm like, so I hit him up and said, hey, do you mind if I, keep the Nerd Boy Extraordinaire thing? He was like, yeah, go and do your thing. So I would always I used to call it NBE because extraordinaire is with an E. So I was like NBE, but it was like, nah, put X. Like Nerd Boy said. So I was like, all right, cool. So then that's how it happened, man. Just keep it NBX from that. So. Yeah.
So you had this series going on where you had this award you gave out called You Live Here Award, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you gave the very first one to Julian Carter. Shout out to Julian Carter, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is y'all report? Julian Carter, the legendary videographer and
Cook. That's the homie, man. I met him probably like 2010, 2008, 2009, something like that. I met him at somebody else's video shoot. And I mean, that's my brother, man. We just clicked, and it was like I used to edit videos too. I used to edit music videos, and I used to go by like Googs or something like that. So a lot of the videos he would shoot, I was in the background editing them, and no one knew it. I never showed up to the video shoots. I never did anything. He just sent me the footage, and I would edit them.
Wow!
I edited a lot of rappers' videos in the city back in the day.
When did you get that, like that inclination to start editing videos?
Cause I ain't had no money.
Running activity.
Yeah.
I mean,
Couldn't pay nobody else to do it, so I was like, let me figure out how to do it myself.
So it's like a self-taught kind of thing, or okay,
Self-taught and YouTube University.
I call it YouTube University.
Yeah.
Man, you cool, man.
Yeah,
I like you. So like, what did you get into like the event promotions?
Like far as like putting on events and stuff.
Yes.
I think it was my first one was I did me and Dre did a whole like mixtape album type thing called The Spinoff, where we just sampled different TV shows and did a whole like album off of it. And I never really like performed my own show. So I went out and went to therapy and asked them what it takes to rent out the space or whatever, put my own show together. And I was able to do that. And that was the first event I put together for myself, was there at therapy. And this was definitely 2012. I had a couple opening acts with my friends, and a lot of people showed up, everything like that. And I had a live band. That was my first time having a live band perform with me and everything like that. So that was my first time doing it. And I was like, the idea, like I'm the type of person where like the creation it's very fun, but once I'm done with it, it's like, oh, okay. It's like the chase of getting to this point is very fun, but once it was done, I was like, do I want to do this again? You know, stuff like that. So, but yeah, so that was my first one, man. And like once I did it, I was like, okay, it's something I can pull off. I can do this. And I never thought myself as a good guy that can promote, because I just do. In my head, I'm just doing what I have to do. Like it's nothing like, oh man, so yeah, if you do this, the stats say blah. I'm done. I just do what I have to do to get people to come. Whatever that is, that's what I do.
So one thing legendary you done that people don't bring up enough is you actually did some big boy like promotion. Like you did a whole commercial for 3M.
Yeah. Did a commercial for 3M.
What is that like? Like that is a big dog company, global brand. How did that happen?
So there's a videographer, a director. His name is Joel Levinston, and he lived out in Yellow Springs, and he was just doing like little commercials here and there. And what he would do as a director, he would always submit to contests. And that's what he did. That's how he made money or whatever. So like, oh, we give you $500, blah blah. Shoot it real quick, send it off. Shoot it real quick, send it off. But getting his craft going. You know what I'm saying?
He's the content king.
Exactly what he is. So he was like, yo, so he hit me up. He said, hey, there's this commercial for there's this commercial contest for 3M. If you want to be a part of it, we can shoot you. You know what I'm saying? But he said it's a rap, so we can shoot at you, whatever. Submit it and see if we win. You know what I'm saying? So so he submitted it, and I'm like, I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, if we win, we win. And it was like, I remember getting an email from 3M because they emailed him and was like, can we get the guy's name or whatever information who was in the video or whatever. Right. So he forwarded it to me. They cut me a check or whatever, and next thing you know, like,
wait, you can't fathom by that part. How cute was the check?
I mean, for the time, for me, it was all right. It was like $1,500.
Okay, It was cute though.
Yeah, it was cute. It was a little contest. You know what I'm saying?
Had to ask for the people.
Yeah. So when they I didn't even know whenever they was gonna play it, they never told me, and then somebody said. They tagged me and said, is this you? Like on 3M commercial right now? I'm watching you right now. And it was on there, man, and like.
Shout out to DeMarco Dayton, man. He the one that tagged you in it.
Oh, yeah. I think it was DeMarco. Yeah.
I know, look.
And I'm sitting like, DeMarco, why you watching 3M commercials? I'm like, why you watching 3M commercials? What you be doing in your spare time? You watching commercials about sticky notes? Like, what are you doing, man? But it was cool. It was a good look. It was good look. It was fun.
Word. So, is there anything else that like you want to speak about, like being one of your crown moments in your artistry, besides what we about to talk about next, which is what's happening later on? Is there any other crown moment like you can like tap into to say like this was the crown moment of you knew, because like up until this point you've been kind of like an athlete that like this is like my plan B kind of thing that turned to a plan A, and then you also start to see certain notoriety and certain things moving in the in a proper direction that would say that this could be fruitful. What was the moment that you literally look at and say that's the moment I knew I'm doing this forever?
When I got my song on PlayStation. My song's on a virtual reality football game on PlayStation.
How'd that feel being like that's a bar within itself? To want to be a football player, to have your music on the...
I didn't even connect that. Hey, look. Hey, look, I swear on my life, I didn't even make that connection. As soon as he said it, I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
I never made that connection. Yeah. And it's crazy, like, the virtual reality game is like, it's weird. It's like it was on the PlayStation, YouTube, and everything like that. So you playing and you hit that, like that. What's the name? Music started playing, and one of the stadiums that they use for the virtual reality, it's like in my colors, and like if you see in the Jumbotron, you see my album like on there and everything like that, like all around the stadium, everything like that. And if you beat the game in a certain way, you unlock my other song from the thing.
That's sweet.
That's the most legendary shit I ever heard.
And like I be checking my my artist page on Spotify, still getting plays. And this came out like 2018, still getting plays, still getting Shazams, everything, still playing.
Wow. So, what's next for the great K Carter, man?
I think right now, man, is like I co-own an improv theater downtown, so I'm just trying to get that going.
Improv.
Yeah.
So this is like a passion of yours?
Yeah, it's definitely a passion. Yeah.
So you like to just go up there and just bust it up, or you just a person who's curating it, like put people in position to do it, or you actually indulge in yourself?
Both. Yeah, both. I teach it, and I perform. Yeah. I perform
Wait,
in New York and everything.
Wait. You teach?
I'm gonna do one right now.
You teach improv?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Do it right now.
Go ahead.
Do what?
Well, let's do improv right now.
I mean, it's not standard. It's like improv. It's like a.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
come on.
Yeah, come on. We need like
Give us a scenario. and
yeah,
then we act it out.
yeah. We need a scenario.
All right, give it. Just say one word.
Apple.
I'm allergic to apples, and you gave me these apples, and you know I'm allergic to them.
What?
Why would you give me apples knowing I'm allergic to apples?
I mean, I feel like you could have outgrew that, like at your age. I mean, people don't have like that forever.
I mean, I get that, but I've had it for a while. I can't even wear like when a woman wear apple bottom jeans. I gotta stay away from her. Okay, I can't do it because it's apples.
This is crazy. This is ridiculous. You gave him an apple?
I mean, I felt like just on biblical times, you allowed to give apples out. Like that's kind of like
Come
normal.
on.
Apples
P.
is the reason we're in this mess now. It's because of an apple. Why would you give
Oranges?
apples? Oranges. In the Bible, it didn't say you couldn't eat oranges.
Why every time somebody say apples, you got to bring up oranges?
Why y'all comparing apples to oranges?
Oh my
You
goodness.
feel good about that?
Yeah, I
you
do.
comparing apples to oranges? Apples to oranges?
I tried to get that out. Yo, all right. You know what? I may come down there to get my improv on my damn self. So,
That's sweet. I like
I
improv.
do like improv.
My son
So,
is an actor, actually.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's
He
what's up.
graduated
Yeah.
from Wright State.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what's up.
So being featured in the paper, you know what I'm saying? And you threw the hashtag the MBX on there. Being featured in the paper, what did it feel like to be accoladed to? Is accoladed a word?
Accoladed.
Accoladed sound like that. That's more.
You can get accolades. Is it a verb? Accolade. It's today. It's accoladed.
It's,
We got accoladed.
it's a word
Today you
today.
got accoladed.
Yeah, it's accolade.
Today is
It's
the word.
It's accolade. That's improv. It's accolade.
Yeah.
It's accolade today.
So what was it like to receive the accolade of being featured in the Daily News?
It was cool. I mean, humble brag. This isn't my first time in there, but this is my first time being on the front page, so it was cool. Don Thrasher, who wrote it, is a real good friend of mine, man.
Word.
He respects what I do. He knows all the things I do. He respects it. He respects the grind and stuff like that, man. He always been having my back. You know what I'm saying? When we reopened the theater, he was able to come in and do a report for us, put it in the news, and it's a good feeling, man. And it's like it's a piece of like what do you call it? Like it's a moment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something you can have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did this.
Right.
It's not just in my mind. I got proof that I did this. I was here. So, it's a good look, man. But it's all about networking, man. Just being around people that willing to help out and do things for you like that.
So tell us a little bit about the documentary that's coming out, which I will be in attendance for. So you guys will get a little bit behind the scenes, guys. So don't think like, but be there though, because I'm dropping it the day afterwards. I'm not dropping the same day, lazy fucks. So what are something we can look forward to in the documentary? Is it vulnerable? Is it thought-provoking? Is it more music influenced? What kind of documentary is it?
It's music influenced, and it's basically showing, to me, what I like to call it is like it's showing a regular guy who's doing everything he can to give back, or not. I wouldn't even say give back, give to, because I ain't made it nowhere to give back. So it's like I'm giving to the city. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not famous. I'm not nothing like that. But
So look though, what do you want?
I'm not famous.
Where-
Lights in here right now.
So what do you want the people to take away from this documentary?
how somebody can truly care that much about people he don't know.
That's hard.
You see what I'm saying? Like but this festival I put on, it's not for me. It's for, I mean, I'm performing, but it's for everybody in the city to just have a day to celebrate Dayton.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I call it a citywide house party. So, and I want them to show. I wanted to show how the work that's put into it. You know what I'm saying? Even trying to put it together during a pandemic, being pushed back, don't know what I can do, not getting enough sponsors to help out with the money. I'm like the first one I ever did. I fronted all the money myself.
So how did that start though? How did you come up with doing the first one? Like
Okay, so at first, like I said, it started with therapy. Like it was like, oh, I like putting on my own shows.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest with you, no one really asked me to come perform anywhere or anything like that. No one just asked me whatever. Right? I always, most shows I perform at, I'm putting on myself because I want to perform. So I got to put on my own show for me to perform.
Man, look, I said this off camera. You and Poetic are spiritual twins. Shout out to Poetic. Y'all are spiritual. I swear to God, y'all have to talk. I'm going to make you call her after we leave off. Y'all going to talk at least once. So go ahead. Like, am I saying?
Yeah, so-
my own promotions rather than
Yeah. So I was like, I want to do something downtown. Like downtown, like at the Riverscape, like a spot like that. So I made some calls, asked how much it was to rent the space out, what I need to do, blah blah, like trying to do it the right way. And I was like, well, shoot, since I'm here, let me ask some of my friends they want to perform. So I'm asking Flam, my dude Atlas, Leroy Bean, like everybody.
Atlas, that's my bro. Atlas the poet.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, y'all want to come? I got the space. We can just come rock, some blah blah blah, and just promote it. Just say who else want to come out. So once the second I made an event page for it, and I just put an event page out there, just do that. Within like
Dating
2 weeks, for Dating by Dating.
Yeah, for Dating by
Yeah,
Dating.
so once I put it out within like a week, it had like 200 shares. And everybody, you know what I'm saying, like talking about they want to come or whatever. And I had people saying, hey, do you mind if I set up, like, sell some clothes there or something like that? I'm like, all right, cool. No.
Vendors?
Yeah, no problem. I was going to do your thing. Didn't charge nobody nothing. And I was like, well, I guess since I'm doing this, maybe I can see if I get some food trucks. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I had 2 food trucks that come up and do everything. And I did all this in a span of like 2 months, which is damn near unheard of to put on something like this in 2 months.
Yeah.
And it was just cool because at that moment I was like, my dude Philly, he told me, he was like, at this moment, bro, it's bigger than you. Yeah. He was like, because I'll be honest with you, I just want to rap in front of people. Mm-hmm. It had nothing to do with the city at the time or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to put my own stuff on, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when he said, at this moment, it's bigger than you. And I was like, all right, well, so the day it happens, so many people showed up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so many people showed up, and I'm just like, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was like, what pissed me off was like the second I got done, I had people coming to me telling me what I could do better. You see what I'm saying? And it's like
this is my inception.
Right.
Like I'm gonna tell you can tell me how to make my hoodie.
Right.
Better.
You do
I made
one.
this hoodie.
You know what I'm saying? That's
you
you
see
do
what I'm
one.
saying?
You do it.
You see what I'm saying? You do it. And it's like it was me, my friend Elam, and my dude Jason Vonville, and it was pretty much just us three setting this stuff up and putting this together. I mean, like I was out the day of. I was there during setup, helping set up with the sound guy, whatever, bringing stuff in. I was in charge of when the artist was performing, everything like that. I'm going around making sure everybody's good, enjoying themselves, whatever. Then I had to go perform.
Yeah.
And I normally people that know me, they be like, man, when do you sleep? You do so much stuff, blah blah blah. That day, I was tired. Yeah. And I mean, like physically, mentally, emotionally, I'm tired. I ain't never been like that in my life. Tired. You know what I'm saying? And I slept good for like two weeks, and I was like, all right, I'll do it again.
Wow. Yeah, so
but the first 2 weeks, I don't want to do this no more.
So what made you want to do it again after the first one then?
Because of the people that it affected. The impact. Yeah, like how many people enjoyed themselves. Mm-hmm. Like I figured out a long time ago that my purpose is to better other people. You know what I'm saying? Like my inner fulfillment is when other people are doing something good. You know what I'm saying? So when it happened, like I said, tired, yes, I mentioned mostly tired, whatever, but the idea of people there, kids dancing, having a good time, whatever, and all this stuff, and I mean, it's not just rappers or whatever, right? It's rappers, like folk, rock, everything, just different, but all day music. The fact that everybody was able to be there and have a good time like that, it made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I was telling people, like, yes, this is not only hip-hop music. This is a music with all types of genre music. But this whole festival is engineered by hip-hop. Right. Like, hip-hop is doing the inclusion. Yeah. It's not like, it's not like, oh, let's also add hip-hop. No. Hip-hop is adding y'all. Yeah. Right. That type of thing. You see what I'm saying? Especially in the city of Dayton and downtown where there's not a lot of rap in downtown Dayton. Yeah. So let's show, like, and no cops were there. No cops were needed. We was all sitting there just having a good time.
So here on the Legendary People podcast, we had this thing called the Butterfly Effect. Either something you said during the course of the interview or something I found in the course of my research that I found that truly profound and amazing. Look, I'm so good at that. I swear, I stuttered too.
That was quick too.
Never mess it up.
You said that before.
But nah, like just like your humble beginnings, man, like to become who you are and to also still reach back. What's really is a reach forward, honestly, because like for you to achieve of throwing on festivals here to be nominated for, you know what I'm saying, like multiple different things, that shows that you are still humble to say, man, I'm still on my way, which we all should feel that way. Like even today, like people will say, you know what I'm saying, being nothing in the third, you got blackandroll.com, whatever, you know what I'm saying, they will still look at it as he's already done, but the fact that you still reach back to help people on your way shows your true character. Another thing that I found that was like truly amazing was like the fact of like you going through school and going through different different
Industries.
demographics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It kind of open your palette to appeal to different genres of music.
Yeah.
Such that when you throw a festival here, that of course we are all black and Dayton mainly, but we do have these different fringes of different artists, different talent, and to be inclusive of that, show your true character, man. Like that shows someone who is conscious of what's going on, also someone who knows their own value, because you will see a rapper throw a event that's all about me. It's only my event. And that's why I say you and Poetic will be glove and hand fit. And this may be the $1 million move that you need to make. But she's the same exact way. And I've interviewed her on this podcast. I've done shows with her. And I've been to one of your shows. And I want to say that also in the Butterfly Effect is I've been to was a 4-day and 5-day festival. I went there to support Flam. Shout out to my man Flam. And I was pleasantly surprised to actually see you rap, because I've only heard you online. So when I saw you before, I'm like, wait, man, like that's K Carter, like yeah, that's him. So I turned to fanboy for a minute.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
'cause I've only seen you online. I know, man, you went to school together. I had no idea about this. So to me, it is super dope to say like you are a brother of mine. You are doing great work. I will be at your Neon theater tomorrow to do that in the Improv. Sign me up.
Appreciate
You are unequivocally a legend, and I am so excited for what's next for you, bro.
So let the
Appreciate
people know about tomorrow's event. Let them
Yeah.
know what time, where it's gonna be.
Yeah,
at.
so it's at the Neon Theater downtown. My documentary, like that, it talks about the 14 by Date, but also me as an artist in the city and things like that. Doors open at 7. Since this is just a one time only showing, the movie starts at 7:30. So cause someone texted me and was like, "Is there gonna be any previews?" And I'm like, "Listen, this ain't Marvel." I'm like, 7:30 hit, the movie started. This is they push play. You know what I'm saying?
We can show the T-shirt Kings commercial.
That's right.
But yeah, so it starts at 7:30, man. It's gonna be a Q&A after. We're gonna have like a moderator, just talk about the making of it, the why, things like that. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm nervous because I'm like, I don't want people to just watch me for an hour and a half, but we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how
So we actually play the first verse off there, because YouTube is kind of stringent on us playing music. But we're gonna play the very first. Is you first?
I'm first.
Okay. This is what you and Geechee got it, which is my dude, Geechee got it. You know what I mean? I love battle rap. Lord knows I'm a
Geechee
battle
cool.
rap enthusiast.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
Geechee
not
cool
a fan.
peoples.
I'm an enthusiast.
Yeah,
Okay.
Geechee cool people.
Shout out to
Man.
Geechee. So we're about to play it right now for the viewers. You got a tribute, right?
Yeah.
It's lit. All right. So introduce the record for us.
This is a song called Paper Route with me and Geechee Gotti, done by my dude Fred from M3S3, the clothing line. Me and Geechee rocked that clothing line a lot.
Yeah.
He wanted to put together like a compilation album with a lot of battle rappers. But he wanted me and Geechee. This is me and Geechee's third song that he heard. So he was like, I wanted you two to get together and do it. So this is the song.
No studio in, man. Shout out to them, man. Go ahead.
Oh, this is on the No Studio Network too. Yeah.
it's lit. So you can't hear.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, man, look at the visuals. So we got the date now.
So can
Yeah,
they hear?
Slam's hat, yeah.
Like the viewers can hear it, but we can't. I mean, we can put the headphone on.
All right.
And we can play it after this is over, I guess.
Yeah, So
And
where
that-
was the shot at?
This first scene was in Miami.
Okay.
And Geechee was supposed to be here, but he missed his flight. And I think he had dental surgery or something like that. So the dude behind me, that's whose clothing line it is. And that's who set up the me and Geechee connection and stuff. So,
Word.
yeah, that's my dude Fred. So Geechee's in the documentary, too. Yeah, so both of them in the documentary and stuff. So, yeah.
So did you go to Cali to kick with him, or was it on neutral ground to a certain respect?
With Geechee?
Yeah.
The first time I met Geechee was 2019. This was before he won the first champion of the year. And me and Peso was living in LA at the time. And I had already got the song with him. And I was like, you want to shoot a video? And he was like, yeah, cool. And you know what I'm saying? I'm in Compton. I'm like, me and Peso was talking about, like, man, we in Compton.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was cool because we sitting there and we just in the hood, in his hood, just shooting a video. Motherfucker, his people come up, start crip walking behind him. And I'm just like, I'm looking at Peso looking at me. I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on, man. It's different over there. It's different over there, man.
Sure.
But he was super cool, man, just like a down to earth or whatever. So, and it was just a cool look, man. To somebody that I look up to when it comes to rap and stuff like that. Because like I said, I'm big in battle rap too. So it's like to see that and then do a song with him. We kicking it. We just hanging out, whatever. Everything. It was dope. So.
Yeah, you stopped it. I ain't trying to get a copyright strike. Shout out to Geechee Gotti, man. Shout out to Geechee Gotti. It's a perfect way to stop the video right there. On Geechee. So since we here, I can kind of fan out for a minute because Smed ain't here. Smed don't like battle rap. I love battle rap. Battle rap is essential to hip hop.
Yeah, I love it.
What are one thing that you love about battle rap the most, and who are your top 3? Who are your Mount Rushmore of battle rap right now?
So what I love about it is the wordplay and the ability to say, you know, saying how they put words together and stuff like that. So a lot of my raps, even though it's not battle rap, the way they put things together, break words down, I do the same thing in my verses. My Mount Rushmore, which isn't the popularity Mount Rushmore, because I know everybody gonna have Mook and everything on there, but mine is Lux, JC, Geechee, Rum Nitty, and just for the sake of it, I would say Jazz. Cause I did a song with Jazz the Rapper too, so I would say Jazz. Yeah, I would say Jazz. Yeah.
And Jazz, I whooped your ass so many times in Apple games that she stopped playing. So. But now, I'm not mad at that list at all. But the problem with Rum Nitty to me is the pioneer that came behind it. I mean, of course you can go all the way back to Heartless, but to me, Khan really was the forefront of the punchline.
Oh yeah.
Until he ran into B Magic, but I still got him winning that battle.
I didn't like B Magic's the way he sounded. He rapping on the beat.
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan of that.
So you got Khan beating B Magic?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. I wasn't a fan of that.
But I mean, best friends.
That's
all it takes for me.
Did Khan beat B Magic? We good. We good. But yeah, I mean, B Magic nice. Don't get me wrong. He definitely be spit. I just couldn't get used to the whole sound like he rapping on the beat type thing. So.
Everybody like that run back to the Cavalier LeBron James. I'm like, bruh, why you driving the Cavalier? But man, please make sure you shout out your social media so we can get up out of here. You know?
Yeah, man. Follow me on social media, Instagram at Son of Hip Hop, SONOFHIPHOP. Google me, honestly. I looked up and I'm like, oh, snap, I'll pop up. You know what I'm saying? So just Google K Carter, man. www.thekcarter.com is my website. Everything's there. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. I'm everywhere, man. So just look me up. Spotify, iTunes, K Carter. I'm everywhere, man. So just find me.
Antoine Cunningham just checked in Big.
Oh, yeah, I know Big. Me and Big used to live in Dayview together. We used to live across the street from each other.
Wait. So everybody said that Big had that ball game, bro. Like
Big a hoop? Yeah, Big a hoop.
Big, we gotta play once, bro.
Yeah, Big hoop. Yeah, we used to hoop at the Broad.
I heard too much about Big playing. I ain't seen you, bro. He said he was in Westwood hooping. I'm from Westwood.
Yeah.
Come playing with me, bro.
Yeah, Big a hoop.
Yeah, man. So, man, thank you for coming to Legendary People Podcast.
I appreciate it, man. And
also, to show you how much humility this man has, he canceled the show just to do our show. Man.
Yeah.
That itself, man. So, man, make sure you holler at our sponsors, which is Sheets for Breakfast. If you ever are injured in an accident, make sure you contact Michael Wright. And you leave from there, make sure you get lunch. You know what I'm saying? You got to go stop down there to go get you some Agnes All Natural Grill, man, pineapple bowls and everything like that.
Jumping.
You want to get linked a bit with my man Antoine Cunningham. Make sure you hit him up on Facebook. You got to drop some bottles out.
Please drop some bottles out.
Oh, facts, yeah.
We've been drinking on Uncle Carlos because you ain't pulled up, man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
We got Uncle Los in here, man.
Yeah.
Also, Sales Stock's Not Dope, man. Every Sunday, man, I've been doing so dope. I done went viral probably 4 times on Instagram. Y'all do not know, man. Follow me at P-Dashes on Instagram, man. Also, The Capitalist, man. Cops shirts, cops merch. Baby... What's that called? The shoparea.com is like baby Amazon, everything free from the store to your door in 4
days. You got that one too. Crushed it.
T-shirt 247.com, man. We got diamond deals going on for, you know what I mean? You got to get your grill together. Also, the shirts, man, everything on sale, man. Holla my man Todd Smelly for that. We got Black Crypto News going on a little later on. We also got Coaches, K's Corner, man. Thank you for having a coach, K Carter, in this bitch. You heard me?
Yes, sir. Shout out to Coach K Carter.
Yo. Shirt, cost merch, man. Be a capitalist, not a victim. Let's lift y'all.
Hashtag dating already. Get your hashtags. Get your hashtags.
Word, bro.